Lindsay here with Tuned In Press, and I'm here with Confidence. And you want to go and say your names?
Yeah, I'm Jaden.
Hi, I'm Josh.
I'm Edie.
Awesome. So you guys just recently finished up your UK and Europe tour with Story Untold. How was it being on tour with those guys over there, and how did all the shows and stuff go?
Story Untold are awesome.
Yeah.
They were like the funnest
They're
guys
fun.
to be
They're
around.
so funny.
They're very
They
fun.
say the funniest stuff. They're like so funny.
They just don't have like limits.
Yeah.
They don't have a
They
filter.
don't, yeah, no filter.
Yeah.
I talked to them at Warped Tour, and I do remember that.
Yeah.
We had a lot
Zero
of fun with
filter at all.
them.
Yeah. Anave was sick as well.
Yeah.
They're a band from the UK that opened up all the shows. They're a
Awesome.
pretty cool band to check out.
So you definitely go back on tour with both of those for sure?
Yeah.
You could?
Yeah.
Awesome. So right now you're on your Love and Loathing in Paradise tour. So that's more of just US, right? Just US tour.
Yeah.
So how is it touring in like UK, Europe, and US versus back home in Australia? Is there a big difference in your shows?
It's always like subtle differences, I think. Especially with Australia, because we started playing shows there in like 2012,
Yeah.
early
Yeah.
2013. So it's like a lot of people really want us to play the old stuff there. And then we come here and it's pretty much the two albums that people want to hear, maybe a couple off the EPs. And like, yeah, place to place, people like celebrate the songs differently, I guess. And there's like
Yeah.
small things like that. And when you talk to people after, it's always like kind of refreshing and cool. But I mean, the cool thing is that it's kind of consistent as well. Like,
Yeah.
like it's a pop punk show and people know what to do, and
They know what to
everywhere.
do.
Yeah, like, you know, like
Get rowdy.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like yeah, all across the world, it's just, you know, people enjoy this kind of music. So it's
Do you feel
cool
like
to find
there's
that.
a particular country that like just kind of goes extra wild at shows?
I've been really surprised by Europe lately.
Germany.
The Netherlands
Germany.
and Netherlands and Germany have been so good to us, and obviously both not speaking English as the predominant language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very surprising. People just sing every word, and
Yeah.
that's sick.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
So they do sing right along with
oh
every
yeah,
song.
Yeah.
which is insane.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So let's see. Is there something, I guess, about the music scene back home that kind of inspired you guys to pursue what you're doing, or was it more bands from other countries, or what kind of brought you to where you are, would you say?
I'd say it was like Warped Tour culture and like Blink
Yeah.
and Sum 41 and Green Day, like growing up. I think the Australian scene's there. It can be tough sometimes, like especially for like at a local level, to get people interested. So to be completely honest, I never really went to local shows before I joined the band. And then the first time I went to a local show, I was like, where are all the people?
Yeah.
So like, but I mean, it's kind of cool that we kind of built a bit of a scene up around our band, and we've seen other bands come up through the scene that we kind of left going, which is cool. And there was bands that were, you know, doing that for us when we were coming up, so it's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Like the Australian scene's up and down, but it's there, you know.
For sure.
You just need the right kind of sound to get onto doing other things, I guess.
Would you say there's like one genre that might be more popular than another over there?
In
or-
Australia?
Oh
Yeah.
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 Like,
Just like
the indie music scene in Australia. Is huge.
yeah, everything on
Really?
Triple J is like has a lot of potential to go huge,
So
which is
sick.
sick. It's really good for independent artists
Okay, cool.
over in Australia. It's a great radio station.
So let's talk about obviously Love and Loathing, your most recent record, right? So it came out a few months ago. How do you feel about the album in its entirety? And can you talk a little bit about the concept of the album?
Sure. I guess it's just like, a bunch of songs that were written over the period of, I guess, maybe like 6 months after Better Weather came out. We got like an acoustic guitar and just kind of took it on tour and started like writing little like, voice memos, and I guess it's just an accumulation of all of those songs and a few songs written in the studio, and I guess experiences throughout that.
Yeah.
I think the concept of like Love and Loathing, it's kind of just like what I personally experienced, love in a new way, in a more experienced way, I guess this time, and the concept of like loathing, especially like self-loathing, and how the two kind of intertwine, and how going into a relationship you want to be the best version of yourself, and then leaving a relationship you kind of think the worst of yourself,
Yeah.
and it kind of just explores these themes a bit. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it's a step up from the last album, and like I'm really stoked with how it's been received as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you guys worked with Mike Green, right, on this album. How did that come about? How did you end up working with him? Because he's worked with like All Time Low and Paramore and all those big other pop punk artists too.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how I think. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Just the discography behind what he's done, and
Yeah.
a bunch of other bands told us they had a good time working with him. So
And so that went pretty well working with him in the studio. and
he's a
stuff.
really nice guy. Yeah.
Did he, I guess, kind of let you guys be pretty creative with what you were doing, or did he have a lot of input? Or, I mean, was there a nice balance, I guess, with
It was
that?
different from back home. I find that in Australia it's much more relaxed atmosphere, and also we're doing it with someone who's probably like Stevie, who did the first 2 EPs
Yeah.
and the first album. He's probably someone we've built up a friendship with, and so it's like very, very casual, and like we can waste a few hours doing nothing and then stay late, and it's like kind of relaxed. Whereas obviously in LA it's more of a commercial approach to music, and it's very much like, you know, like let's pump it out, let's write an album in 4 weeks. So like Love and Loathing we did in about 4 weeks, and the first album took about 9 weeks. And 9 weeks is too long. We were all sick of it at that point. We didn't want to listen to it for 6 months after it was all done.
Well, it was fun.
Yeah, but like I think like there was more time for experimentation, doing cool things, trying something that might not work.
Yeah.
And we didn't do as much of that on this one.
So maybe the shorter time span, though, gives you more focus,
Yeah.
you'd say?
Yeah, I mean we wrote songs way quicker. We like worked on ideas and like developed concepts way quicker. I guess that's why you like try something different every album, and on the third album we'll have both experiences and we'll be able to take both of those and do something different again. So.
I would definitely say Peckeret's probably my favorite one. I like the way the music goes, I like the lyrics and kind of how it picks up at the end. Can you tell me a little bit about that song in particular?
That was actually a co-write.
Yeah.
Me and Mike wrote that in the studio. We were at the end of the album and we didn't really have an acoustic song. So we like went into the session and just kind of like sat down and like had a really big chat about just like life and like what felt right to write about. And he had this little like acoustic idea, and then I just kind of like spat some melodies over it, and you know, the lyrics kind of just like came out with it. It felt like an organic process for me personally. And yeah, I don't know, it was kind of like what Josh said, like on the fly, just like experimenting and like what felt right, and then at the end of it we had this thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the pickup, and it's kind of just like moving forward and things are going to continue. And
That's the resolution
Yeah.
of the song. I feel
Yeah.
like it's a positive outlook
Yeah.
on, you know, where we're not together anymore, this isn't a thing.
Right.
But it's for the better, and we're both looking at it retrospectively in positivity.
Yeah, for sure. I guess out of all the songs on this record in particular, were there any that were particularly difficult to write and create music for, or are there any ones that you feel particularly strong about more than another?
I'm trying to think of the one we spent the most time trying to finish. I don't know if any were like really problematic. Like, obviously the two B-sides we had, Poison and Hit for Nothing, they're B-sides because we physically couldn't finish it. Because it had been 9 weeks and we just didn't have a bridge for Hit for Nothing. So, and Poison we just didn't end up finishing because we kind of felt like it didn't fit perfectly with the rest of the songs. So we didn't have that so much with this album. We did have 1 or 2 songs that we didn't end up recording the drums for, so like they kind of made it all the way to the end of the process and then we left them behind. But I suppose Icarus was the one that was probably the weirdest song that we wrote. But like, yeah, I think that was more, we kind of had fun with that because we were like, this is weird, like let's just do weird stuff.
Yeah.
Because there was no expectation for that song, and then lots of people like it, so that's really cool.
So that's kind of your favorite, you'd say, overall?
I like Icarus a lot, and I like Tales a lot.
I feel like we got to like really put ourselves into that one.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like all the experimenting that we could have done, we did with that song.
Yeah.
And you think with records in the future, you'll just experiment that much more in your writing process?
Hopefully.
That's my favorite thing to do. I just like doing something weird, like go put a microphone in the garage next door and see what it picks up. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
half the time you're wasting time, but when you get something cool, it's like
It's worth it.
no
in
one
the
else
end.
has that sound, and like whether or not someone's musically inclined or has any knowledge of music or studio or whatever, I think people hear something and they're like, that's cool. Like, even if they don't know why, that it's like, maybe it's that they haven't heard it before, or like it caught them off guard, or like they weren't expecting it, but like people respond to something that's like unique, and like all my favorite albums growing up always had something that no one else had that made it a favorite.
Yeah,
Because you need something
exactly.
It needs to be
to
different,
stand
or
out.
it's not gonna.
Yeah, like
yeah.
it's like you don't really want to go do something that's been done before. So
Right. So I did notice something on these particular 3 songs. So that something, the turnaround and spinning, and all 3 of those you kind of talk about being in the middle or being in between. I guess, can you talk about the significance of those words? Or like, do you feel like you're in certain situations that aren't necessarily good or bad, or just can you elaborate?
It's
on
really cool that
those?
you picked up on that. That was an intentional thing. The album is very much about I don't know what that was.
But it's cool.
it's a cool green room.
The album very much is about transition and about being in the middle of like a transitionary period of your life. So using those across a few songs. There's a few things in the album where, you know, lyrics have been shared, and it's that idea. Yeah, definitely being in the middle of something and, you know, getting through stuff and bettering yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely
Very cool.
saw that. I was like, he's definitely mentioning this in like several songs, so I thought I would ask you for sure.
Very cool.
The next question, so you guys came out with 3 different music videos. Was there one in particular that you really enjoyed shooting, or one that you just liked the most?
I enjoyed the moving boxes shoot a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, Yuki, the guy who was director of photography or like cinematography, I guess, is a like super talented dude. Love him, and I feel like that concept was the most fleshed out.
Yeah.
And we had the best idea going in. And yeah, like all the B-roll and stuff, they obviously shot that without us. Unfortunately, we're at a point now where we don't have the luxury of being around for all of the things like that. So that was kind of cool that we knew what to expect and they told us what it was going to be. But the first time we saw it was when we came in for the performance shots. They had it playing behind us. And so we were like, you know, that was just like a cool surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giant teddy bear was pretty crazy. And there was just a bunch of really fun moments. The rooftop where we were just kind of like, we just hung out for 10 minutes and they filmed B-roll. So it was kind of more candid and real than, you know, none of us are actors or like models, so it's always a bit weird being in front of a camera to some degree.
Really?
I just play drums, so it's nice when we do something that feels more organic and less contrived, I guess.
Less staged.
Yeah.
I can't think of which video it was, but I know one of your videos y'all have people kind of going like in and out, like with the makeup brushes and the donut.
Oh,
hole.
yeah.
And I was like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
And I remember your face in particular when they're coming up to you because you're like trying to drum,
Yeah.
and they're like coming at your face,
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm trying to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
So at least that one is not so staged.
Yeah.
But so the acting part kind of freaks you guys out a little bit. Like that part's a little weird.
Yeah, it's always once you're doing it, you just kind of do it. But whenever I hear there's going to be acting, it's always a bit. Like,
You're like,
my first impulse is like, I want to get out of this. And we did that a bit more for That's Something. So like that was kind of something different.
So fans, listeners, I saw you guys did a couple of phone calls, right, for people that pre-ordered, and then I saw something about hand deliveries, right?
Yeah.
How did that go?
That was
And then,
sick.
was it like
That's
a
fun.
surprise for people?
I mean, I think they got prepped by someone at the
Yeah,
label
okay.
saying like, hey,
It was like,
like,
how do you know that they're home?
Yeah,
someone might
exactly.
be showing up. But yeah, it was really cool. We went across like a few houses with just like the vinyl that people
Yeah.
had purchased and like, you know, said hi and had a chat. Some of them had really cute dogs. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And then we did the phone calls as well, which was just we all connected on Skype and then just went through a list of probably like 30, 40 people and just kind of like had a chat to everyone and said thank you
awesome.
and like you know they would tell us about how they found the album and like you know what it meant to them, and it was a cool experience.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
And kind of really get feedback on like what people think about it and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Did
It
you
was
have
cool.
some people that were just like freaking out for like a good few minutes and they're like, oh my god, it's you?
Everyone was real chill. Like, obviously,
Yeah?
sometimes
Okay.
people like fan out a bit sometimes, but
Yeah.
it was kind of some people were just like, it was like, did you like the album? Like, yeah. I was like, okay, how's your day? Good. All right. Well, is there anything you wanted
Starstruck,
to
maybe.
say? And they were like, no. And I was like, okay, well, you have a great
That was
day.
the best.
It was like 10 seconds. And then other people were talking about like fucking American history with and just what they were doing, whatever
shared-
they were doing
yeah.
at uni that week or something. It was fun.
It was very
so-
interesting.
Yeah. Same thing with the delivery. Like we went to the wrong house at one point.
Oh,
and
that's
we're calling
awkward.
this guy and we're like, we're at the front. He's like, you're not. And we're like, we're talking to your dog through the door. And he's like, I don't have a dog. And we're like, shit, we're at the wrong house.
Well, you should have a dog.
Yeah, exactly. You should live here. Dog was cute as.
Is there anything you feel like you've learned over time that you feel like maybe fans should learn, or do you have any words of wisdom? And it's pretty general, so it doesn't have to be about music or anything in particular. Just something you feel like you've learned.
Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
I always suck so much. Yeah, true.
There's so much, you know, like,
Yeah.
where do you start? Like, I don't know. Feel like everyone should be comfortable with themselves, you know.
Okay.
They don't, like, we should be living in a world where everyone can be who they want to be, you know. Like, I don't know, all this stuff about, actually, I don't want to get into politics, but, like, I don't know, it's just like, you know, we should accept people for who they are, and, like, you know, culture or college didn't make any difference. But
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd just say like go into everything with an open mind and open heart even, and
yeah.
I don't know, work hard, and yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what to say. I feel like I'm some motivational sticker on the back of a car, but I don't know.
Do you have anything in particular?
Just like be the best version of yourself, you know? Like wake up every single day and like just do your best, and like know that doing your best is all that you can do, and that's okay.
Even if it's not what other
Even
people
if it's not
expect.
enough, you just
Yeah.
you try your best, and that's good enough, you know? Yeah.
It's all very motivating.
Oh yeah.
So going into 2019, do you guys have any plans for writing or recording, or have you already kind of been doing that towards a new album for 2019? What's the deal?
Writing and recording, no, we don't have any plans.
Okay.
I think when you come out of an album, you kind of just want to take a step back for a second. We have some tours and stuff that we're looking into. That'd be really cool, but I think we'll get to the writing thing when it comes naturally.
How often, I mean, I know you guys tour pretty constantly. Like, how often are you able to go home and just kind of relax and just be, I guess? Because you guys tour a lot.
Yeah. I mean, we were doing like 10 months back in 2016, 17, and that was, we would be away from home 5 months at a time. And that was
Yeah.
pretty hard, trying to have a, like, date someone, or like, even just missing your family, your dogs, going to sleep in your own bed, pooping in your own toilet. Pooping in public
Things
toilets
to miss.
sucks.
It's the worst,
Like,
man.
I don't know. It's just like it's small things you miss, small comforts, having your own space. Obviously, or like
Yeah.
you're living with people. You know, sometimes 10 people on a van or a bus or whatever it is. It's like it's small and like everything. Like, you know, it's hard. It's tense sometimes, but it's rewarding for what it is. And this year we've had more time off, which is nice. And I think maybe we'll continue that into the next year.
Yeah.
Like we're just kind of like still easing back into that kind of schedule. And when we're ready for it, we'll do it. But I know a lot of people are waiting for us to play shows. I know people in Australia keep saying, when are we getting Love and Loathing? And like,
Yeah,
we want to do it. It's just like
we're getting there.
we're kind of looking after ourselves first with this kind of thing and just
Yeah.
easing back into everything.
Yeah.
When we're ready, we'll get back into it.
So do you guys have any New Year's resolutions yet? Or have you thought about
I
it?
haven't
at
thought
all?
about
Just
it.
as individuals, not as a band per se.
Save more money.
Yeah.
We'd all like to do that.
Maybe even make just make
and
money. You gotta do that first. But yeah, nah. I don't know. Maybe finally move out of home. I'm 26. Who knows?
I mean, technically, you're moved
see.
out of home like
Yeah, I mean,
most of the year.
It's true. That's kind of how I feel about it. But maybe we'll see.
What
Maybe
about
not.
you?
No, I'm pretty happy.
Nothing?
No. My New Year's resolution this year was to go vegan. I did that.
Yeah.
The year before was to go vegetarian.
Baby steps.
Yeah, and I don't know, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at in life, and there's nothing, like I quit smoking as well. That was the thing that I really wanted to do. There's nothing that really comes to mind that's like, I need to set a resolution to
Yeah.
change stuff, because I'm like pretty happy with myself.
So, on being vegan, is it hard to do that while you're on the road?
For me, not at all. I would understand how it could be.
Yeah.
We have the luxury of like traveling in like a small bus a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Our RV right now has a stovetop and an oven, so it's
Okay.
like it's basically like you would be cooking the same thing at home. I would understand it would be a little bit harder if you were touring in like a van and you were just working with food stops and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you want to do something enough, you can get it done and do it just fine.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen. Speaking of story and told from earlier, like their van, like they are just like stacked in there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how do you
Yeah.
sleep? Because
Yeah.
it's like
You
4
just-
beds almost like stacked on top of each other, and then 2 in
Yeah.
the front. I'm like, where do you eat or use the restroom?
Yeah.
Or any of
You
those
make
things?
it work.
I
We
was
did a
thinking-
bunch of that.
Yeah,
early
for
days.
years. I was thinking about that the other day, how it's kind of a crazy career path because
Yeah.
I can't think of many other jobs where you could get no sleep. You could drive through the entire night and then not sleep all day, load in your gear, get on stage and be expected to be a crazy person for an hour, and it's a workout, and then do it all again the next day for a month. Like it makes a lot of sense that a lot of touring people who tour full time struggle with mental illness and all sorts of things, and they just
Yeah.
get beaten down, and like that's something we've kind of become more aware of as we got older.
Yeah.
So when we were young, it was obviously a lot of fun, and it's like the novelty of it is
Yeah.
there, and then as it becomes something you're doing every day, the novelty is still there, and like all of the good things are still there, but like you start to kind of see some of the cons of this job. But
Yeah.
obviously the pros outweigh them, so as long as they outweigh them, we'll keep doing it.
And you feel like having the small bus at least kind of helps.
Oh,
good.
I cannot complain
So
at
good.
all.
Like,
Yeah.
Like
option.
we travel so comfortably these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
And like it's a luxury. It really is. So.
All right, so I have a few fun questions for you.
Cool.
before we
Hell yeah.
wrap up. So, I know you guys love dogs, and
Yeah.
you mentioned dogs several times. I know you love dogs. First off, what kind of dogs do you have back home? Because I'm curious.
I have 2. We don't really know either of them properly because the vet told us the wrong thing, and then when we took it, oh
Okay.
sorry, the place we got them told us the wrong thing, and then the vet told us something else. But one is like I think like a Kelpie cross Australian cattle,
Okay.
and then the other one is some kind of Australian cattle cross, like they said Jack Russell, but someone else said that's wrong.
No,
So-
her head's like.
That's the thing. It doesn't make
Her
and the
head's
paws
wrong.
don't make sense.
She looks like
So-
a pit bull or like a
Yeah,
cross because she has that
Yeah.
long face. But,
they're super cute dogs though.
yeah.
Lala and Tuffy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a cattle dog at home, and then my
Okay.
mom has a poodle. So
Poodle's different. You're like, the poodle is not mine.
I mean, yeah.
You still love it.
I still love him. He's just a little bit annoying, but like, I still love
Is it a miniature or a standard?
Yeah,
though?
he's a miniature.
You have a miniature.
But he's
Okay.
super cute, and then
He's just cheeky.
yeah, he's cheeky. He ate everything, and he'll eat anything that's on the floor. So shoes, socks,
Yeah.
anything, blah blah blah. Whereas my other dog, Desi, he'll take something and then he'll put it somewhere else, and then he'll eat paper towel and stuff. But like shoes and other stuff was like he knows that it's ours, and then like he'll just take it and put it somewhere else for some weird reason.
He wants to quiz you.
Yeah, or like he wants to summon a demon because like
Playing games.
this one night we went out for dinner and then we came back and he had put the candle that was on my bedside table in the middle of the floor, and then he put our shoes around it, and I was like,
That's pretty
that's
weird.
pretty
Bad
creepy.
dog.
Your
But he doesn't
housemate-
like
your
yeah.
housemate's just playing.
100%. I was like,
Yeah, the dog
must
did
be
it.
her. Like, yeah. But yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good dogs, scary dogs, and then what do you have?
I don't have a dog.
No.
Yeah,
what?
I would
That's
love
depressing.
to get a dog.
Okay.
Me and my girlfriend were talking about getting a Brussels Griffon one day.
Okay.
They're like my favorite breed because they're just like incredibly ugly, and like I love ugly dogs for some
Yeah.
reason. I just think they're the cutest things.
Yeah, I have huskies. I'm like a fluffy.
Wow.
Nice.
I like fluffy dogs.
Nice.
But
Huskies are
they're
really cool.
yeah, so they're 8 years old, going on 9, but really like personality-wise, they're like going on 1.
Yeah,
Like,
they
don't
have
They
mature.
have
mature.
such big personalities.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I love
Do they
that.
do the thing where they talk a little bit?
The girl
I've seen
talks
so
a
many
lot.
videos of that.
Yeah.
So sick.
Like when people
They
come
love
over, the
how-
boy will talk more, but yeah,
Yeah.
the girl is more like argumentative and like dramatic and in your face, very sassy. So I like the girl huskies a little more. I like that they want to argue. I think
Yeah.
that's fun.
Sassy.
So, obviously, I'm guessing you guys like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So, if you had to learn a spell, any spell, but don't get thinking too much, but it has to be something very mundane and boring and day to day, but it's something you can do with a spell, what would it be?
Oh, we have to invent a spell.
Invent a spell.
Yes.
Oh,
What's something I do every day that I wish I didn't have to do?
You just wave a wand and it's done.
Maybe some kind of kinetic spell, kind of like Wingardium Leviosa.
yeah. See, I was
But
gonna
like,
say that.
you know how they just like in the movies they just like flick their wand and like they don't usually say a spell because they know it, but like everything in the room packs into the drawers, something like that.
Oh, like
That would be
is it
better.
Accio
Something- so
where you
just
can
something-
get the thing that you're
Accio
lost?
brings it to you,
Yeah. Okay.
but like, you know, just some kind of spell that would I could move anything in the room. I could fold all my clothes into my chest of drawers. I could make my bed. Like it's just kinetic movement.
Or like,
Okay.
if
Technically,
there's
I could
a-
even move myself. Then I could fly.
I mean, like if there's like exactly. Like if there was a spell like teleport, but like they have port keys, right? It's like,
Yeah, it's be
Okay.
boring things.
Oh,
Must be
true. That wasn't that
boring
boring. I'm sorry.
Well, no, that is.
It
It's
is just
daily.
moving
It's a
stuff.
daily task.
Like I could do that
Mm.
myself,
Yeah.
but I'm just motivated by laziness.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. I guess bringing things to me rather than like if I had lost something, like a
Okay, fine,
like
like a
a
lost
switch, and
item.
I was like, "Where's
if
my
your-
lost
like
item?"
if your dog stole it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would
shit.
save me so much time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, our roommate's dog has a tendency to bury things into the couch.
Oh,
so
fun.
like,
Yeah.
it's like, where's everything? Let's check the couch. But like, don't need to do that anymore.
What about you?
Something mundane. Coffee in the morning. Some sort of spell
It's,
that
like,
makes
ready
a
to
coffee
go?
for me, or maybe like makes me some like toast in the morning, so I can just wake up when I'm groggy and just like, there's a coffee. I don't know. That would be fun.
That's about as simple as it gets, I feel like.
Yeah.
Butter.
That
So I'm
sounds
gonna bring this box out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool. The fun box.
So this is the fun box.
Sick.
So this, I pulled some cards from a game I have at home,
Okay.
and it's called Bucket of Doom.
Nice.
I like the name.
So each of you get to choose one yellow card. The yellow card is a doomsday scenario. You're stuck in this
Oh.
situation. Okay. And then you're gonna choose from the white cards, and only the white side. There's two sides, but only pick from the white side.
Right.
And on the white card, it's an item that you have to use to get out of your yellow doomsday scenario. Cool?
Okay.
Okay. So let's do it
So yellow.
this way. So pick your yellows.
Oh, do I look at it?
You can look at it. Just don't say them out loud yet.
Oh.
Gosh. Wow. That's like something off a movie.
What
Damn.
is that?
The
That's
special
pretty-
effects.
that's
And
pretty
then,
wild.
Okay, and then you're only gonna read from the white side.
yeah.
Oh wow.
You feel set already?
No, that's
Jesus.
it's just it. We were just talking about this, but I don't know how I'm
How
gonna.
did I do it?
So what do we have to work out? How we're gonna get out of the situation
How you're
with
gonna
this?
get out of? So you're gonna read the situation, and then you're gonna tell us how you're gonna get out of that situation using whatever's on your white card.
Okay, I'll start. I'm a bat at an Ozzy Osbourne concert.
Oh shit.
And I have to get out of it using Mr. T's jewelry.
Okay.
I'm kind of fucked. I guess like I would put the jewelry around my bat neck and like drop it on Ozzy Osbourne's head. Maybe it's so heavy that it knocks him out.
Okay. okay.
Some of
Although
it's
I believe it is actually a myth that Ozzy Osbourne ate bats. I think it was all prosthetics. Fun fact. So maybe I'm okay. Maybe I'll just
Right.
gift him with jewelry for not eating me. I don't know.
All right.
Well, I took a rancid dump in my date's tiny apartment. The smell is intense, and they're waiting outside to use the bathroom. All I have is Harry Potter's owl Hedwig.
Okay.
So my first thought was to use Hedwig like a fucking toilet thing, but that's definitely animal abuse.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would actually do that.
I'm in.
So my second thought is to just hold on to Hedwig tight. Let's fucking get out of here.
So you're just gonna ditch your date?
Just ditch it.
That's how-
Door's locked.
The bathroom's locked.
She can't go to the bathroom. Just be like, I'm really sorry, this has gone horribly wrong.
Why don't you just blame it on Hedwig?
Man,
Why don't you say Hedwig shit?
That
how,
That-
big is an owl poop? I don't
That
know.
actually is the smarter option.
Yeah. Oh my god, this owl shit all in the toilet. It's so well trained, but it's broken. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I got basically snakes on a plane. So
Okay.
it says you're on a plane. There are snakes on the plane, lots of them,
Okay.
and all I have is a dodo bird, which I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
wow.
stinks. So and those birds can't fly, so I can't use it like
Use
as
it
a
as bait.
parachute. Yeah, but that's unethical. So like, and they're extinct. So if I have a dodo bird, maybe you just.
If there's
I don't know.
only
They're
one,
only
it's extinct.
snakes.
If
like,
there's only one, it's
I don't know
extinct
why
anyway.
that's like such a threat. Like, just get some pillows or blankets or something, and then find your way to the cockpit and land the plane.
This guy's tough.
Yeah,
Only
like,
Pretty
snakes.
brave.
I mean, like that whole movie was just snakes on a plane. Like,
Yeah, but unless
Yeah.
Steve Irwin was there, that movie would be done in like.
unless you're Samuel
Yeah.
L. Jackson, it's like
I mean, yeah, it's like, but I'm not. But
No, you're
you know,
dead.
I don't know.
you're like every other person on
Well,
the
they're
planet.
supposed to be dead as well, man. So I don't know what the.
You go with the dodos.
Yeah, I'm gonna save the dodo, land the plane, and get off. And
Alright.
donate
he
all the
didn't even
snakes
bring up
to
the dodo bird in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Shoving it down the toilet.
It was my first thought. It wasn't right.
Okay.
I considered more.
Or you could like pluck some of his feathers, like cover the thing, and just be like,
It's a beautiful bird.
it's just a nest. Like
Yeah.
they smell.
All right.
That's
Do
fun.
you guys have anything to say to fans?
I'm sorry
Yeah.
that you'd watched us talk shit for 10 minutes, but
This was fun.
this was fun.
sick.
Yeah, thanks for everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's our
Thank
pleasure
you.
being over here in Texas and can't wait to do the rest of the tour.
All right. Thanks, guys. This is Lindsay with Tuned In Press. Be sure to check out this full interview at tunedinpress.com. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks for having us.